Welcome, everybody. This is the last Monday of Carnivore Month. We have come on to tell you guys about this carnivore lifestyle. This is World Carnivore Month. And how did you do? So we're going to wrap it up today. I'm super excited. I'm going to make a sidebar really quick. 3 years ago today, I woke up and my mother didn't. I'm coming on here not to make this a downward show, but to say, I don't know what else to tell you. I really don't. If you are a mom, a grandmother, a aunt, a sister, a mother, I'm begging you to take care of yourself. The information that we are bringing to you is life-changing and life-saving. Because I'm going to tell you without a shadow of a doubt, my mama, if I would have known about this, my mother would be a carnivore, and I know my mother would still be here. And every Monday I come before y'all. Y'all, this puffiness is because I've been crying for 3 years. I cry because, of course, I miss her, but I also cry because I know she would still be here. I don't know another way, sis, to ask you, to beg you, to show you, to give you the science behind it. We break it down, and guess what? We're going to do it again today as well. But we got a little surprise for you. We got a little surprise for you because Robyn and I are going to cook. We got some other things going for everybody. As a matter of fact, I'm getting ready to break away, and I am going to start my ghee. Ghee is very important. First of all, it's a fat for us. And sometimes people can't handle some of the impurities that's in butter. So I'm going to show you how to pull those out and still enjoy your meal. So I believe Robyn is doing the same thing. So DeNitra gonna hang with y'all while I run and go and put this stuff on. But I got to show you. There's the pot. Okay. Now let me run into the other room. All right, go ahead, DeNitra girl.
Greetings, everyone. Thank you again for joining us. Thank you for kicking it with us all month long. We have been doing carnivore consistently for a full month. If you've been doing carnivore, tell us, how has it been going? Have you tried it? Have you enjoyed it? Have you learned something about yourself? Did you put some things into play? We want to hear about what you've been doing relative to carnivore. And so as G moves right in, G is going to show us how to make ghee. So I'm watching y'all because I've never made I've never made ghee. But I'm looking forward to learning. And Robyn is cooking a ribeye from frozen. So she's going to show us tonight how to pull this in from frozen on her Ninja. And so super excited because one of the main things that happens is we get lots and tons of questions about, so what do you eat? Do you just eat meat? And primarily, yes, we are going to be eating from an animal. It's going to be animal based. It's going to be nose to tail is what we're eating. Now, are there some fall off days? Are there some struggle buses? Yes, there are some struggle buses. Do we find ourselves in some situations where we just can't? This weekend, I went to an amazing event and there just wasn't something there for me to eat. I love popcorn. I have loved popcorn. And so I had a few bites of popcorn, but I felt it, right? Because my body is cleared of grain. So I felt it. All right, G, I'm holding them down till you ready.
Okay, so listen, y'all, I want y'all to see this pot. The pot is on a low medium, and all you saw me do was drop the stick of butter in. That's it. There's no stirring. There's none of that. That is it. It is in there. It is on extremely low, and just watch what it does. If that heat is too high, I'm getting ready to go and check it because I'm not liking how fast it's going down, because it's to be extremely low. All right, take it on. Robyn, what you doing?
Robyn is working
Right.
on.
So yeah, I am doing the ribeye from frozen in the air fryer. So a lot of times people will, want to use their air fryer, but you forgot to take your ribeye out of the freezer or your steak. It doesn't matter. It doesn't have to be a ribeye. So I just took that frozen steak right out of the freezer, put it in the Ninja Foodie. I set it on 15 minutes, and it should come out perfectly medium rare in about 15 minutes. And when it gets to the halfway point, it'll ask me to flip it over. At that point, I'll be able to take a look at it, and I'll show you guys what it looks like.
Yeah. So this ghee right here, that's just where the butter is melting. So it's going to do what it do. And it's going to do that for about 10-15. It depends on how many sticks I have in there, maybe even up to 20 minutes because it is on a low. If I start seeing it pop all over my stove, then I need to turn it down. But I really think I got the right number on there. So people want to know, what do we eat? Bacon and eggs. This
Yep.
y'all, let me tell you what I had today. I did some sausage, and then I scrambled my eggs in that along with some bacon on the side. There you go. That, and I ate as much. I did a whole pan of bacon. And so I probably ate about 8 pieces of bacon. Where they do
I had
where they do that at? Over
I
here?
had lamb chops.
Mm.
Um, they were not those itty bitty little ones. They were big ones like this, like so good. It had the ribs on the side. I cooked them
Ooh.
in the Ninja Foodie. Oh my gosh, so good. The lamb chops were fabulous, absolutely delicious.
And today I
Oh.
did a ribeye, so I couldn't wait for you, Robyn. I needed to break fast. And so I had a prime ribeye, so delicious. And actually, I was traveling today for about an hour. And so I had part of it on my way before I left the house. I just put the rest in a bowl. And when I got where I was going, I was able to eat it. And yes, I was able to eat it cold, and it was fine. Like, it was so nice and tender, good salt, good butter. Oh my God, it was amazing. So yeah, so we're not deprived over here, y'all. We eating good. And that's the
Yes,
thing
we
that we
are.
got to keep hanging on to, is that it's some good eating.
Good eating. I have enjoyed here, I'll switch it over. Some good eating. I also enjoyed the walking challenge that we've done this month. Y'all, let me just tell y'all, because I done worked this thing out, especially since I'm back at home. Today, I have 18,051 steps. I have traveled the distance of 6.89 miles today. And I was not out there running for my life. I was not out there putting my body into a fight, flight type mode. It was a walk. I probably do anywhere from 2.6 or 2.8. That's a comfortable stride for me. I have YouTube going. I'm watching Caesar Milan and the Dog Whisperer. If anybody has a dog, everybody need to watch Caesar Milan, and that's what it is that I've been doing. I have to say this again because there's maybe some more people on here today. I celebrate 3 years that I woke up and my mother didn't. And it hit me very hard. It hits me hard every day. That's the reason why y'all see these bags. They're not bags because I'm old. It's bags because I cry almost all the time. And so with that, today my tears, I knew I had this show to do. And let me just get a little closer. I knew I had this show to do. And I don't know another way to ask you to love yourself enough to be here for everybody else. Because, see, my mother's in no pain, none of that, but I'm back here hurting like hell. So if something happens to you, your family gonna hurt. Your family, listen, there are mothers that pass, and all of a sudden the kids turn around. It's like, we don't even get together anymore. We don't do this. We don't do that. That presence. So you could be that person in your family. How dare you come on here and learn with us and not make a move and not increase your movement. You up? I got to check my stuff. Okay, I'm doing all right. I'm looking at my pot. I heard it, but it's not popping. Yeah, but what are we going to talk about next week? Or I can tell you at the end of the show what we're going to talk about next week.
I want to say something.
Go right ahead.
So I want to say something. You mentioned the walking challenge.
Yes.
The 14,400 steps a day walking challenge that DeNitra brought to us has been amazing. Literally amazing. I was talking to my best friend who is doing the walking challenge with us. It's on the challenges app. She's CA. And she said that she is moving so much better. Like, you know, she was needing some help to go up the steps to get into the choir stand. And she's just bouncing up those steps now. You know, so teaching your body that it's a mover, as DeNitra said, teach your body that it is a mover because we're living a sedentary lifestyle. And so the walking challenge has been incredible. I am doing a couch to 5K. So I started with the app called C25K app. And I'm just trying to run a little bit and walk a little bit until I get up to running another 5K. All right. It's time for me to flip my steak over.
Okay, let me show. This is what the ghee is looking like. Now, look around my stove. It has grease on it. I try and get the grease off and the grease comes back, but I want you to see how it's popping. Now we're going for the color. It will foam all the way across the top as it's still doing. And that's an excellent pop because by now I don't have a lot out. So I'm super, super happy with that result. Now this is making ghee. All right. All I did was drop a stick of butter in there and walked away. There's no stirring. There's none of that. And I want to piggyback on talking about this walking challenge that we've been doing. I kicked it up another notch and said, now I'm finna tell you right now, I'm finna step on some people's toes. Let me put this mic up. Let me get closer so you hear all the words coming up out my mouth. This is what I told the lady. So I know y'all heard DeNitra talk about the gas in a car. So when somebody gives me something, then it starts doing this. And I said, wait a minute. I don't take my car up there, put gas in it, wash it, and then come home and park it, and then get up the next day and drive my car back to the gas station and try and put some gas in it and wash it and bring it home. And then the next day, go back to the gas station and try and get some more gas in it. Because all I've done is just parked it into the garage. So, hey, sis, why you keep eating and didn't burn any of your fuel? So one of the things that, hey, you don't work, you don't eat. So one of the things that's in the challenge in our mindset is, what have I burned to earn a meal? Oh, if you had to earn your meals, that would be something different. You'll be looking at it differently. So if nothing else, hopefully you guys have got to a place where you're thinking about your food. Well, I'm asking you to do something else because I am really hurting today. I have boo-hooed all day. I really have. Everybody checked in on me. I appreciate it. Everybody is here. But I'm asking you to not allow anybody to feel what I'm feeling over you. I need you to hear what I'm saying. You somebody's mom, you somebody's grandmother, you somebody's aunt, you somebody's sister, you somebody's best friend. Do you know how many people I see on social media on the anniversary? Sis, I miss you. You knew my secrets. You knew all these different things. It's time. You have eaten. You have done. The information is coming forth. And yes, I am talking from a hurt daughter. I want my mama. It's just that simple. I want my mama. And if I knew about this, it's going on almost 2 years. She's been gone 3. So that's the time that I didn't know about this. I see people talking about, oh, pray for me, I'm going in surgery. Okay, the only thing that's happy is the surgeon. Just know it's so many surgeries we didn't need to have. There are so many things that we didn't need to do. We coming on here and we sharing this information, and we got some more for you. So I didn't fuss about it enough.
I just want to
Hopefully,
say, G, like what she's talking about is all these diseases that they have told us are chronic and
we're gonna have forever.
uncurable,
Yep.
right? Such as we know that DeNitra had lupus. That's not supposed to be able to be cured, but she no longer has lupus. I had a cousin that passed away from lupus. And wow, what if I could have told her that if you change your diet, you may be able to heal your body from the inside out? What about MS? That's another chronic, lifelong condition that people are being healed from, getting out of wheelchairs, getting out of beds by changing the way they eat. You know, all these inflammatory diseases, even heart disease, all of these diseases are coming from us eating a primarily plant-based diet. And I think that, you know, what she's talking about is stuff that's curable if you're willing to try to cure it for yourself. You can heal your body from the inside out. And that's the thing is, you know, are you willing to try to heal your own body so that you can live a good, long, healthy life? That's the question.
Amen.
And you know, the thing is this, you hear our passion. I was with a family member today at an ortho appointment. And it took everything in there because you all, if you've been on here any time with me, you know my motto is if I see something, I say something. But I literally it was an orthopedic appointment. This family member has been diagnosed with arthritis. They were given a cortisol shot. But what was so disturbing to me is the number of people that were coming in and out in wheelchairs, in braces. I mean, I did the UG. I took some pictures of people, including the doctor and the medical assistant. And what we're saying is that we are in a fight with food products. I am no longer calling these things food. They are food products. And we are in a fight and we're not winning. And no one is sounding the alarm, it appears, in the health system. And so that's what this show is about, is to sound the alarm. We need, I'm not going to be silent. I spoke this weekend at a beautiful event. Shout out to one of my coaches, Clarissa Joy, had a wonderful event this weekend, multiple women in the room. And she thought it enough to allow them to hear health tips, wellness talk that could change the trajectory of their life, which it changed the trajectory of her life. Go out to my webpage, nutritionalknowledge.com. You'll see some folks out there that are trying to decrease. And while we're all carnivore, this is what I say to people out loud, is that I am not trying to force someone to be carnivore. What I am trying to do is get you to consider taking ultra processed foods out of your diet. If you start there with just taking these packaged foods out of your diet, they are food products. If you look at the American cheese, it doesn't even say cheese on it because it's not 50% cheese. It has to be 51% cheese in order for it to be considered cheese. So guess what? It tells you on the package that it's a product. For my Velveeta lovers, I was the liquid gold girl, right? That is not real food. And it tells you on the package that it is a cheese product, which means it is not food. And so I'm saying these things so that you know, like, we're not just making this up. We're not just pushing carnivore. We are really trying to get you guys thinking. Try it for yourself. Read for yourself. Know what you're putting in your body. What's happening in your body should not be a mystery to you. It should not be a mystery. All right, G, how we coming?
Yeah, I know. Let me look over here. Let me slide this up so I can get a closer look. Okay, y'all can see how it's turning around there. And I haven't gone in and did anything to it, right? But it is coming close too. So I'm gonna turn my camera off. But before I run out of here, these are pictures that I've shown before. And let me show you for people who are eating non-food items. Come on now, that a chemist made. So you want to know how. No, you didn't die. You didn't, because you're watching this show, but you did have some Velveeta. Everybody know how to make rotel. Come on now. Everybody know how to do that and get fancy. But you want to know what eating non-food looks like on your body? This is non-food on your body. This was never meant. She don't even have an ankle. Are you familiar with any of these body shapes over here? I told y'all when I showed that before, that lady was leaning on a podium because she was catching her breath. This is what it looks like when you eat non-food items. This is what your feet look like when you eat non-food items. This is what happens to your legs. This is not dirt on this man's legs. This is what happens when you eat non-food items. This is what happens when you eat non-food items. You want to know a non-food item? It's on the plate. Non-food. Oh, no, she got one piece of bacon and water. But it's the other stuff, non-food. Want to know what it look like, sis? Your thighs ain't supposed to be doing that. That back fat ain't supposed to be doing that. But guess what we going to do? We end up getting ourselves new bras that go all the way down. You weren't supposed to have all that back fat anyway at all. Now, let me go check on my stuff, y'all. Hold on. Let me get it. All right, go ahead.
Same here. I'm gonna go and check on mine as well, and we're gonna turn it over to DeNitra. She can talk to us about some challenges, like what problems do we have with carnivore diet?
Yes, I am gonna have a presentation here up in just a second. Bear with me while I get it going. Super elated. I see some folks new to the channel tonight. Want to say hi to them. Thank you all for joining. Our goal is to inform you. We want you to be well informed so that you can be healthier. So tonight, my task tonight is to talk about how to embrace the carnivore diet. So we went this whole month of January. We have about 4 days left. And so we just want to talk about what it looks like to embrace this journey. What challenges might you face when turning to carnivore? Let me first say the reason why we do carnivore is because it is the only food that is not inflammatory. I know that you've heard just the total opposite, that meat is inflammatory. Meat in its natural state is non-inflammatory. It's non-inflammatory, okay? And so what we do is when we eliminate all ultra-processed foods, all processed foods, all plant-based foods, then it gives our body an opportunity to heal. Now, are we saying no and never? We're not, because everyone has to make their own choice. However, we are saying this elimination time frame will show you how your body thrives when it is getting the fuel that it needs. Just like a car, you're not going to feed it something far into the body. Just like a bird is not going to feed their babies something that's foreign to the body. And so it's the same thing that we're saying, is that we have been consuming things that are foreign to our bodies. They are not allowing us to meet our optimal health. Okay. One of the things that you may hear, and I rarely use the term keto, although what is happening when you are carnivore is that you are putting your body in a state of ketosis. It is ketogenic. However, on our show, we try to use that word very infrequently simply because it has a lot of bad connotation to it, right? Not that it's wrong, because it is right. This is what we're doing to our body. We believe that the body can run on ketones versus glucose. When you take all the junk out of your diet, you may have this common thing called the keto flu. You're going to have headaches. You may have fatigue. You may have some nausea. And in our minds, we think that something is going wrong. This diet is messing me up. What essentially what's happening is this diet is straightening you out. So because you're getting the right things in your body is rejecting the inflammation that has been there. So everything that is stored on your body as inflammation, it has to come out. That's not going to be a smooth process. I'm just saying, right?
You telling the truth.
It's not going to be a smooth process. So we recommend doing things like navigating this phase by making sure that you understand how to have quality electrolytes, bone broth. Hydration is key to the process. Okay. And you have to be able to listen to your body. I say this often. Your body should not be a mystery to you. At the event I was at this weekend, I asked the ladies, hey, how many of you would put sugar in your gas tank? Of course, I got all crazy looks because it ain't happening. And I continue to remind us, why are we treating our cars better than we treat our bodies? Okay. So then what are the nutrient concerns that we hear a lot of times? There's this myth busting around, you're not going to get the right amount of nutrients. You're going to be deprived. I'm not depriving myself. When you feed your body what it is supposed to have, there is no deprivation in that. You've been depriving your body by feeding it all these things that are foreign. And so when G was talking earlier about the foods that are just simply these food products that are just simply not foods, we call these things treats. I deserve a cheat. And I'm saying ultimately they become your defeat. You end up with PCOS. You end up with autoimmune, fatty liver, diabetes, high blood pressure. Like, this is what your cheat leads to, which is ultimately, if there's no turnaround, becomes your defeat. All right. And one of the things we want to make sure that we do is think about proper planning. So you see the ladies today, they're cooking tonight. They're in their kitchens and they're doing something very simple. Robyn just took a ribeye out the freezer and she's putting it in her air fryer. G is cooking butter. And what we know is that these foods ultimately keep us satiated. It's a word to get to know. You want your body to reach a place of satiety. When you are satiated, it means that you're not ravenous. When you're eating things that are foreign to the body, while they're filling you up and packing on you, they are not giving you the nutrients. So there's some planning that comes with that. Like I said earlier, I had a ribeye. I'm good. I've been drinking my water. I'm not starving. I'm not falling over. Now, if you want to get some diversity with your diet, and for people who are, so used to having a side item, we use meats as side items, right? So you can have a ribeye and shrimp. That becomes your side. If you go to a fine steakhouse, anybody in here been to a fine steakhouse? Drop that in the chat, right? If you've been to a fine steakhouse, steak is sold a la carte. Or you may get a steak, a surf and turf.
Steak and lobster.
Steak and shrimp. Because those foods possess the nutrients that your body needs in order to thrive. I'm going to pause my presentation, drop back to you all to see where you all are, because I can't see you right now, to see if we need to move forward, where we're looking like on ghee, where we're looking like on ribeye right now.
All right. So my ribeye is done. I'm going to just show it really quick. I did kind of show it to you guys. I'm letting it rest at this point. This is how it looks. It's a little bit more like medium in the center. I like mine medium rare, but I can tolerate medium. I didn't season this at all. So when I get ready to eat it, I'm going to add some of my Redmond's real salt to it. And it'll just be a salted steak, and it's going to be absolutely delicious. So that was perfect.
Yeah.
Amazing.
One of the things, I'll show y'all the ghee in a moment. But when you were just talking, I wrote my little notes down, and you talked about the keto flu. So let me just say this. No matter anything outside of meat, whether it's your sodas, coffee, teas, carbs, vegetables, fruit, you gonna detox. But if I decide to go 3 days without eating meat, I just went 3 days without eating meat. There's no, oh my God, oh, this is we don't get that. And so that's what lets me know that I was not supposed to eat that other stuff. No, you're going to detox just like a drug dealer, drug person that's had their addictions. And you know how it's like, whoo, you start getting the sweats and you get off of TV, y'all. That's how I found that out. So you start getting these different things. And so that's you detoxing from a plant. Come on, coca plant. Come on, marijuana plant. Come on, poppy seed plant. Come on, spinach. Come on, lettuce.
Kale.
And y'all know, I'm going to say this every time we mention kale. I remember kale being the decoration on the salad bar. And I thought it was, I said, oh, that is like the coolest thing. Didn't even know it was real.
Right.
Now it's on the plate. Who told you? Who told you? I thought it was cute. Decorating the salad bar. Now all of a sudden they can't even use that anymore because now they got it in a bowl and you make them into kale chips. Baby, I used to people actually like my kale greens better than collards. Oh, when you know how to cook, you know how to cook. And yeah, no, we weren't supposed to do any of those things. So when I detox or don't eat meat for a couple 2-3 days, I just didn't eat. That's all.
MG, I'm glad you mentioned detoxing because I hear this a lot and I really want to, and I dealt with it a little bit this weekend. We've been trained on this concept around we need to take something in to detox. Y'all, the word D means without, tox is the toxins. It is going without the toxins, right? So that is what detox is. You don't have to put something in to detox. You don't have to do a smoothie drink. You don't have to buy detox tea. None of those things are necessary. All you have to do is stop putting the toxins in. I've not done one detox at all. I have stopped putting toxins in my body, and my body is adapting and adjusting to not having those toxins in the body. So again, G is doing her fingers, and essentially it's all about money. Somebody is trying to sell you something. Yes. You're going through some type of program where the first thing they want you to do is, buy some type of, tea to detox, or you started at the beginning of the year, buying a patch to help you detox. And what we're saying tonight is that those things are not necessary. You have to identify what does my body need and give it to it. And then the body is going to take care of itself. This body was created to heal itself, but it cannot heal if you keep damaging it, right? So I think about a black eye. You keep punching somebody in their eye, you're going to continue to get a swelling. You're going to continue to have inflammation, right? It's not until you stop the punching that the eye has an opportunity to heal. So this is what I say about me. I ain't talking about y'all. I'm talking about me. The punching that I have done to my body is why it's swollen, right? Now that I'm no longer punching it, abusing it, now guess what? The swelling is starting to go down. And that's what we mean by giving the body a chance to heal. So when we talk about flipping to carnivore and taking all of these plant-based things out, taking all of the processed foods out, this is an opportunity for your body to heal. And all I'm saying is try it for yourself. Don't believe me. Give yourself 7 days and try. I've not had anyone come back to me and say, now, when they first get started, I hear, oh, I can't do it. It's just too much. But when they get serious and really try it,
yeah,
this is what I get. Oh, man, you coached me good. I can't believe it. I talked to a woman today from December the 14th until now. She is down 15 pounds. Her doctor has had to get involved and decrease her meds, right? She was on medicine for almost 10 years after 7 days of taking all of that junk out of her diet, because that's really what we're saying. We just have named it carnivore. But what we're really saying is take all this junk out your diet and your body can heal itself. Last thing I say before I speak.
Wait, let me show y'all DeNitra. Let me show y'all DeNitra. Because everybody wants to know, like, okay, where the proof, baby? Y'all ready for the proof? And you can see it in her face. Y'all ready for the proof? So I love showing that. Let me show y'all Robyn. Where my girl Robyn at right here with her oh, you
and we talking, y'all, no pills, no injections, all of this, diet stuff going around now, all of these diet drugs, these weight loss surgeries. And we're not knocking no one who went that route, right? That was a path that was offered to you, but how do you sustain it? How do you sustain it? You're gonna need knowledge. Thus, our company is called Nutritional Knowledge, because that's what we believe. There's a gap. We want to be the bridge over that. That's what the show is about. It's being the bridge over that.
There you go. You
I
ready?
just want to chime in on trying the carnivore diet. You were talking about, the punching. We're continuously punching ourselves with this food products, things that are not actually food. And so many things are going to heal so fast. Like some things you're going to be like, I cannot believe that was food related when you try it. But still, there are some things that you've been punching your body so long, it's going to take some time for those things to heal. Y'all
know this is my favorite picture. Keep talking.
And,
if we went to the zoo.
Right.
But y'all know people that y'all know people. Okay, that's just a
but you look at this monkey face. Look at those little skin tabs.
And no little thing. And y'all see somebody that looks like
meat, that stuff gonna start dropping off. You're gonna be like, wait a minute, I have a whole bunch of things on the side of my neck, and they just start falling off.
And this is what we just turn around and be acceptable. Look at that man's stomach. And we really think that's how God intended for us to look. And then when you start thinking about you have to diet and exercise, oh, it's the exercise. You just not. All you needed to do was walk. No running, no jogging. You really don't have to do that. You don't need that pounce on your walk. Walk. And I'm not talking 15 minutes. Earn your meal, honey. Earn your meal. Think you would have had to. What if you had to walk to the grocery store and walk back carrying the bags? Earn your meal. It's totally different. But let me get what happened to the slides?
We're looking for your ghee.
Oh, I gotta go get it. Hold on. Y'all keep talking.
Yes, ma'am. So let me go share a couple of things that I want us to consider as well when we think about trying carnivore. One of the things that we have all found that is very prevalent for us is this concept around really listening to your body. Understanding what your body is saying, what signals it's giving you. I remember being full-blown carnivore, and I had been, remember I tell y'all, I was a sugar addict. There is none greater than me when it comes to eating birthday cake and cake. Like I was the queen of that. And in all of when we talk about this punching, my body had adapted. So I never had a kidney stone before. When I became carnivore and started taking junk out and my body was starting to heal, I found myself in the hospital with a kidney stone. I literally thought I was dying. Like I was giving my last will and testing for real. Like I was like, this is, it's over for me because I'd never felt this type of pain before. But once they diagnosed and told me, I'm like, oh, I'm good, right? But what essentially was happening to my body is that it was ridding itself. Remember, when we take the stuff out, eventually your body is going to work on the stuff that's there. This inflammation that stays back, it is going to work on that. So you got to be key to listening to your body. So of course, in those moments, I felt like, I just need to start eating sugar again, right? I just need to keep doing it. I wasn't feeling like this before. You have to trust this process. One of the things I want to introduce us to tonight, and I'm sure many of you have heard of it, is intermittent fasting. Y'all, especially if you are spiritual, you're a Christian, you're a God girl like me. I'm a God girl. I'm a whole Christ girl, right? And so where the Bible talks to me about fasting, I know that anything that God introduces us to, he's going to do exceedingly abundantly above that we're able to ask or think with that thing, right? No doubt. Same thing with fasting. There is a reason why God tells us to abstain. One of the reasons is because we've eaten enough. We've already eaten enough. When I talk to myself, I'm like, I pre-ate. I already had that, right? Like we talk about prepaid, I pre-ate for that. I know that I'm not going to fall over because I have food on my body. This inflammation, my body can turn this into something good to hold me over until my next meal. You have to trust that process. So we're going to do Q&A after the ladies finish their food.
All right. Let me show y'all real quick. Let me
where we are with the ghee tonight.
Okay. So hold on, Robyn. I think it might be that. All right. So this is it. This, honestly, I probably could have done about 3 minutes less, but this is going to be good. Y'all should be able to smell this. Baby, it gives it a whole different. If anybody ever ate a Heath candy bar, this smells just like the toffee of that. Oh my God. Now let me show you what I pulled off of it. This is what, these are the milk solids and stuff on it. But this doesn't bother me. So I said that to say your girl will.
It does remind you of a candy bar. It tastes so good.
So the butter bites, y'all, is it the same as that, what you make the butter bites with? Oh yeah, I like those.
Okay, so here's the thing. This is what makes the butter bites taste like that. So technically, you can keep the ghee. I've actually melted a stick of butter and then mixed this back over into it and made the bites like that. So then that way I still have my ghee, but then here with the butter bites, I take some of this, mix it up with, it could be any fat. It could be tallow. It can be regular butter. I'll mix this up and it tastes better than steak sauce. Oh my God. Y'all just have no idea. Look, your girl saving all of this. I brought the lid. Play around if you want to. I will never buy store-bought ghee. It does not taste the same at all. No, I don't know. It stripped like even the aroma off of it. The smell of this. And then when it hardens up from the room, I don't even put it in the refrigerator. I'll take a spoon of that and put over in my coffee, change the whole flavor of coffee. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Don't get me started. Look. Mouth starting to water a little bit. It was already watering over Robyn's steak when she was talking about something. I'm just gonna put a little salt on. I'm like, Robyn, give me a piece of that meat right now. Oh my God. Yes, you get excited over meat.
Yep.
You do. You do.
And truly, like, when you get into being a carnivore, you will crave a ribeye. because nothing satisfies like a ribeye does. It's so good. It's got the fat, it's got the protein, it's the whole package. And so sometimes I'll just crave a ribeye, like, okay, I'm gonna have to have a ribeye today.
Well, that was
'Cause,
my thing today, Robyn. I knew that I was going to be traveling, and I'm like, okay, I'm leaving from Jackson, and I'm gonna head to Memphis. And I was saying to myself, like, what am I going to eat? Okay, I'm gonna find myself in a situation where I'm going to eat something that I don't want. Honey, before I left out the door, I was like, let me go ahead and cook my ribeye, eat me some of it, give me some butter, and then put the rest. And so even before I came in, because I cut off, this is where we talk about the intermittent fasting. I closed my kitchen. Shout out to Dr. Yvonne Moore, my doctor. We closed our kitchen. I closed my kitchen at 6, right? I'm done eating for the day. And so now I'm done and I'm good.
That's exactly why I am not eating my steak that I just prepared. I'll eat it when I break fast tomorrow, because my fasting window is 4 hours. And I'm well beyond that now. So pretty much I
Girl,
will
you
not
make
eat
that
this
steak
until
and eggs
tomorrow.
tomorrow. Come on now,
Yep.
some steak and eggs.
I'll eat it
Oh,
tomorrow.
it's just so many great things that wait a minute, I done hit something. So many great things that we can do. Kitchen, yeah.
So
I am not
check to
missing
see
anything.
if we have any questions. So
We
that
do have one question. I have
Okay.
it starred.
Okay.
So let me pop that up. So Simpson wants to know, are we thinking of continuing the step challenge for February? If so, I'll work on figuring out why the challenge site doesn't like me.
Hey,
Yeah, you need to
Simpson, if
start
you
figuring
need
that
to,
out.
you can. We are doing it in February. We will be doing it every month. And let me just say this in a space of vulnerability. Like, I am the one who drove us to the challenge. When I say I've had multiple issues with my feet, again, we go through these oxalate dumping. That's another term that you'll hear. And so I went through a whole, oh my God, it was terrible. But I told them, watch out. I'm coming for them in February. So yes, there will be a challenge in February. And as G said, the whole key, y'all, is to make sure we're moving our body. It's not about this over exercising. It's not about that. I can show you all pictures, or you can go to our website and see. My husband don't do no exercising. He haven't done a thing but change what he eats. He walks at work every day. And when I say he is thin as wind, if you want to call it that, he has done really well on his journey. I mean, even smaller than that. I got a newer one I'm gonna have to send to you, G. And so the idea is that we recognize what's going on in our bodies. You have to be so intentional about putting your, and this is why, I kind of, the whole health and wellness thing, like, I want you to know you. Who are you? What's happening with your body? If I ask you your A1C, can you tell it to me? Can you tell me your fasting insulin? I hear people say, my doctor said all my numbers were good. What numbers is he talking about?
Who he comparing you to?
Right? Who he comparing you to? Or is he talking about because you showed up, his numbers are good, right? We need for you to be in tune with where your numbers are. Gone is the day that we continue to just go along with the okie doke. Yeah, we just taking this stuff. The people that I saw at the doctor's office today with my family member, it took everything in me not to say, hey, it was like 5 of them, and there was some empty chairs. I really wanted to say to them, like, hey, come down here with me and let's just have a little talk before you go to the back, right? Because I'm looking, I have a picture of a guy, and G, I'll send it to you and we can add it. I mean, this guy is in an orthopedic place, in pain, having this pain, but I'm looking at him. He's literally carrying a body on him. And no one in here is saying to him, like, hey, man, what are you eating? Like, you could eat well. I told the women this weekend, quit trying to feed these men salads. Y'all want their tea to come up? I'm going to need you to get them some steak. Skip the salad. So
But the next thing, DeNitra, will be, yeah, but he got gout, and they said leave that meat alone. You start naming How come the first thing they tell you is to cut out meat, especially red meat? And no, I won't say that the doctor knows this, but it's been demonized. But I'm here to tell you, if you cut that out, you will be on that lifelong prescription. It is what it is. And then you're going to have side effects. And then they're able to give you some more medicine for that.
Yeah.
I just want you to know that we're wonderfully made. We keep saying that, and they can't figure out, well, our cells, they regenerate, they replenish. So why is it? Because of the stuff that you guys have told us we need to eat on the standard American diet. What things are that? Y'all know I got the pictures. I just be wanting to show you. What stuff is that? If you came in, you said, ooh, they just so healthy. Oh, wait a minute. I don't want you to eat none of this.
Right.
Now you think I'm crazy. Now you think I'm crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's what you were supposed to eat.
Watch this, G, and thank you, Tara, for your statement. So Tara is right, and I say this often, that insulin resistance, which we talk about on this show often, is that it does not have a size, but it does have a look. I can see that there was a gentleman in the office today. He was very thin, but his eyes were black. The way that he was walking, like, it took all of me to just not say anything. I am working with women who are below 150 pounds, but they are still metabolically not healthy, right? And all of these things, and I see people putting things in the chat. You're right, Grateful Keto. You know, they want to tell you that that meat is what's hurting your kidneys. That is not true. Nope. IBS, all type of gut issues are caused by plants, y'all. Plants are not for the body. If you think about it, forget if you know no science, okay? Let's just cut to the chase. Seeds never die, right? A plant is a seed. A leaf is going to be light, right? When you first get it, it's light. But when you pile up, when you pick up a bag of leaves, it's no longer light. Why do we even have to pick up leaves? Why don't they just mesh in the earth all over again, right? Why do we pick them up, bag them up? So that bag up is the same thing that we're doing to our bodies. And you think about when you lift out leaves, y'all, meat is going to dissolve. I just need you all thinking. Meat is going to dissolve. So in your body, meat absorbs inside of your body. Leaves don't do that in your body. Mm-hmm. You try to poop it out, and you're glad that you saw some evidence in the toilet when you went, right? However, you couldn't get it all out. So guess what? It's stored on you. It is stored on us. I am guilty. I am still on my journey, but I'm going to cry loud and spare not. Because I want you here. I want you healthy and whole. I want you running with your grandchildren, your great-grandchildren. Type 3 diabetes is sugar of the brain. And so we sound like we care. And like I told the ladies, it would be much easier to not say anything, because then there's no conflict. You haven't stepped on toes. You haven't rubbed people the wrong way. But if I can rub you in a way that gets you thinking like, then I'm going to keep talking. I'm going to keep sharing.
You said something. I want to show this lady again.
Oh, let me take this down. Yeah. Go ahead.
Because she was approximately 135, 40 pounds. She was not overweight. But do y'all see the marks and the fact this woman doesn't have an ankle? Yeah.
The other person that I wanted to show was the guy with the dark legs, because he looks like he is a normal sized person, but that is metabolic syndrome right there on his legs.
Yeah, this was not dirt, y'all. That's what made me take a picture. And you go to the doctor, they're going to give you a topical cream, or one even better, you put a sugar scrub, trying to scrub the skin, off to get to the right layer.
Right.
It's amazing. And I've shared on here before. Okay, not to make the show down because I done boo-hooed all today, so you don't have to worry in regards to that. Some of the things that I've shared on here for January, it's like it gets me all the time because January 12th was my mother's birthday. Today is her death date. But the 13th, the day after, 13 years ago, my daughter died in my arms at the age of 30. She has this rare, mixed connective tissue disorder, an autoimmune illness, and they called it a rare form of lupus. They coming up with so many different names for illnesses, and all of it is directed from the food that we have put into our mouths. Plain and simple. I got a message.
Products, G. You know, we changing that
the
tone.
products. Yes. Not even the food. It's the products that you are putting into your mouth. It is from those products. And let me just touch on ADHD and being on the spectrum. There are children now, people, not all just babies, but people like teens, early 20s, who are still under their parent because they can't live on their own, are now starting to speak and being able to communicate by eating this way. Yep. They didn't get it on the other stuff. As a how's those great lunches that you are doing for your kids and you still getting notes from the teacher about their behavior? How's that working for you? That ended up being my thing on this last cruise because ironically, the lady sitting to my right, who was thin, she we probably were about the same. She just had bigger boobs, so it was just positioned differently on her. And she said she was pre-diabetic. She said, I didn't think the doctor was telling the truth because I'm small. Because that's what we want to be, is small. But if you small and you getting up and you got that stiffness in your body, even though you small, that's that inflammation and fluid from the products that you are eating that has settled in those joints and in that elbow. And now you can't open a jar. And now you need that extra pair of glasses. Do you see? Because keep in mind, your body was supposed to heal itself.
Yeah.
But we're not giving it what it needs to heal. So there you go.
So what questions do you all have tonight? We are close to our time. We want to make sure we address questions. I'm loving the comments in the chat relative to
I wanted to just put this back up because this is really it's a profound statement because you're talking about, you know, how plants, they just pile up inside. You know, they're non-digestible. I mean, that's what that fiber is. It's like sawdust, right? It's just non-digestible. So it's just passing through. And I know that I have heard, I can't think of his name right now, Kent Carnivore, saying that when he used to eat plants, you could see the plant in the bag. You know,
in its pure state.
You can't get more clearer than what he said. Mm-hmm. He said he has what's the bags called?
Colostomy bag.
Colostomy bag. And with that, so now when he eats, he gets to see everything.
If he wants to.
When he was eating, they were telling him to eat, you got to, I don't know what it is. You need even more vegetables and more fruit.
And he done lost his colon.
After listening to the doctor say that.
Yeah.
That you listen, try that celery, do celery juice. I'm telling you, listen what they had said. Eat the celery juice because you got them fibers and stuff in it. And then what happens when you chew it, it's going to go up almost like a Brillo pad and go through your intestines and clean.
That's what it does. It's just like a Brillo pad. That's exactly
and I'm thinking, I said, okay, good. Just get all the stuff. But it's scratching and tearing your intestines. And now you got leaky gut and don't know why. but you're going to put some more vegetables in because you don't know why.
Yeah.
And that vicious cycle. I've had zero issues from eating like this. All of my ailments are gone. I'm 60 years old. I don't know another way to say it to you. But what I did learn to say is if the standard American diet is working for you, do you, sis?
Is
Do you, boo?
is it working for you?
It has to be. If you're going against what it is that I'm saying, I know that it must be going, it's working for you. You got all these things of why you don't want to do it. Keep eating what you're eating. Go right ahead. All right. There you go. You guys ready to wrap this up?
Yes.
Absolutely.
Let me just let the people know that next week we're going to have a guest, because not only for all the things that we've talked about, there are so many people now that can't have children. They are having difficulty getting pregnant. We got somebody that's coming on that's going to tell you just what you need to do in regards to your body to help you make the babies, if that's what it is that you want. Okay. So if it's a grandmother and your daughter has yet to be able to carry a baby to full term, any of those things, be on next week's show. If you know somebody that's struggling in that area, be on next week's show. If you are, we can cover some menopause, we can cover all of that. We're gonna have a OBGYN type specialist. You just be here next week. There you go.
And let me just add, G, find your young folks. These folks who are heavy on the, birth control now, that may be potentially causing damage to their body. Like, this is a show you don't want to miss.
Yes.
When you are hearing me talking about PCOS, polycystic ovarian syndrome, this is what we're talking about. Hashimoto's, thyroid issues, all of these things are contributing to your infertility, if you will. And perhaps the damage is not so bad that it can be turned around. And so tonight, we're inviting you to come next week to capture this information. So invite someone to hear firsthand what they may be able to do about their infertility.
Yeah,
I'm excited.
It's a good one to end on. It is so true. You now start listening to your body, right? And your body ends up telling you, because there's sometimes I'm heading home, I'm like, look, I need to eat some fat. My body is telling me that's what I need to put in. If I have not had, you start craving for the things that you need, not
Yes.
those other things that got you where you are. All right. It is what it is. We're going to get in where we fit in. We thank you guys once again for hanging with us. Hey, sister girl, don't forget, we do have that challenge that is finishing out. We do have a free Facebook group. Hey, sister girl, come on in. I love how they're posting about their food. I love how they're posting about, hey, a week has gone by and I'm feeling this, that, and the other way. I'm loving all of those things. And if you would like an ebook, if you go to my website, gbrown.com, at the top, you'll see the questions and stuff like that. There's a little drop down menu that says free menus. gbrown.com. See y'all next week.
Bye,
Good night,
everybody.
everybody.